You know what's my problem? They tell you to dream big, but they don't really tell you what's the cost of dreaming big. Today I'm going to walk you through a day that I literally was dreaming about when I was a kid. All my life, I've been trying to build this life. And honestly, my biggest dream was to be invited to one of these, networking events with all businessmen, all like rich people. We would gather up in like a nice little place like a chateau, and we'd be sipping wine, and you'd have like this fancy nice little dress. So yeah, this is really something what I wanted. If you're new here and you don't know me, I'm Navid, that means gift in Armenian, and I have a dog who is actually sleeping right now, but he'll come and say hi. And I live in Armenia and I run a family business that is in water filtration. And before joining in the family business, I did many other businesses, and I really tried every single play in the book, okay? I read all the books, I read the strategies, I knew what to do, I sent thousands of emails just to actually get that business up and running and going. And the thing is, whenever you're an entrepreneur, you always lack that kind of validation from somebody. And don't tell me that you don't need validation. Every single person needs validation. Every single person needs to know what they're doing is good or not. It's not a thing that I just need a pat on the back. I just need to know that whatever I am doing is actually the normal thing to do, is the right thing to do, Because whenever you're moving forward, you don't know what's happening. But when you look back, you're like, oh, I did this, so this would happen, and then this happened from this. So when you're moving forward, you have no idea. It's like a blank page, which is great because it gives you a lot of flexibility. And if you're an entrepreneur, you really have that mindset to be able to kind of not think in a one way, in a square box. You can see so many alternatives, so many things differently, and try to mix and match these things and kind of get to the place where you want to be. And you guessed it. Today, I am going to go to Italy to a very nice and beautiful event that I was invited to. It's the 50th anniversary of our supplier, that is Atlas Filtri, and they're hosting a very nice event in Padova. A lot of people said this differently, so I'm just gonna go with all the three options. So yeah, I'm very excited that we're gonna be going there, because all the other times that I was in such networking events or like big conferences, I was either a visitor or like a volunteer. I was working there. There was this one time, actually, it's really funny. There was the very big IT conference happening in Armenia. It's called WCIT. I don't know if you've heard of it. So this event was happening, and tickets were about like $600-700, and I was not gonna pay that much. So I was like, okay, I need to get in. What do I need to do? So I just opened it up, and I see that there's slots for volunteers. I'm like, that's it, easy. I apply for the volunteering thing. I opened the application, and the deadline was way gone. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get in. I'm gonna email them. I'm gonna text them. I'll send them a video, kind of like a message, just to be sure that I could get in. And guess what? I actually did get in. I had a VIP speaker that I took everywhere, and really cool something happened, but that's a topic for a different day. That was really one of my biggest accomplishments, I think. I really enjoyed being a part of that event and being around such smart, such driven entrepreneurs and people who think like you, who talk like you, whose goals align, at the end of the day. I would want to learn something from them. I would want them to challenge me, to argue with me, and argue not in like, what are you saying? No, that's not true. No, like, constructive criticism. Let's have debates that have interesting, intriguing conversations where we both mentally challenge each other to kind of better understand and come to a solution. Or even if it's not a solution, like, you can have your own mindset, but challenge me. Show me what you got. So let's go to Italy. Let's see how my day looks like over there, and see how I actually really mix business with pleasure. I know that sounds very wrong, but every time I travel, passport control guys are super serious. They come up to me. They're like, are you traveling for business or pleasure? I'm like, sir, it doesn't come either or. Why can't we just have both? And they always laugh at me. So I'll take you on a little tour. Let's go. Just arrived to Athens for a 7-hour layover. On the way there, I met 3 families whose first time was traveling, and we ended up spending the entire trip together. They were so cute, and they even invited me for like a barbecue session when we're back to Yerevan. Well, I couldn't say no to that. I had a long layover, so of course I had to go to the airport lounge. And by the by, I have a full video on the airport lounges. You can check it out up here. So these lounges usually say you can only stay for 2 to 3 hours before your flight. But to be honest, I've always stayed longer, and they never really kick you out. When I finally arrived to Venice, I immediately noticed these algae blooms in the pond next to the airport, which totally made sense, because it's water that's not in constant flow. Combine it with very humid and hot weather, well, the perfect place to create them to multiply. And this is just another contaminant that you want to look out for example, if you have a water tank. Anyway, I directly went to my Airbnb because I was so tired, and I think it will be the last time I use Airbnb, because I've been scammed. Can you tell me which part of this room looks like that? Looks like the one I booked. It really doesn't. Very anticlimactic, I have to say. This is a joke, okay? This is definitely not what I booked. But let me show you something. Check out the breakfast. What? One more thing I noticed. There's a kettle. Check this out. There's like a line here. Do you know what this is? This is hard water. I didn't know that they had water that was this hard. This is terrible. Wait. Okay, now I gotta go. Literally, I have done nothing but sleep here. Let's go find a better place, somewhere outside cafe. I don't want to tell you what I'm gonna do here because I came here for a very nice reason. And this video is actually super special for me. I'm gonna tell you about the story of how I started this and why I did this. I'm very excited for this day. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I have to pick up my dad from the airport in about 2 hours. So let's go have some coffee and make this video. Searching for dad. Searching for dad. Searching for Boldman. Boldman. He's here. He got me food. He got us beers. So we're happy. Getting started. First, there's a little letter. It's great to have you. We're glad for you to be a part of this. In the room, you'll find a gift to accompany you throughout the evening. A symbolic way to truly feel connected every step of the journey. I'm thinking these are shoes because they did ask for our shoe size, which was a little weird, you know? I mean, but let's see what this is. Okay. Oh my God, it is shoes. Okay. Interesting. And it's not branded, thank God. Superga shoes. Okay, let's get dressed. How many times did you do this? 10 years.
I want to welcome the stage Ho iniziato a lavorare in Acas Filtri molti anni fa.
Clienti, collaboratori, eccetera.
Okay, I think I have to stop recording and start networking now. I just might land my first sponsor for this video tonight. Wish me luck! Good morning. It's currently 7 a.m. and I'm a little hungover. Okay, I'm very hungover. We had quite a bit to drink yesterday. And the thing is, I started with wine and then I ended up with gin tonic. I think that's why I did a little thing here. I really enjoyed talking to people. We talked to people who were from different countries and basically in the same industry. There were a lot who were not only from the water treatment world, but other industries as well. But like that was kind of like tied to water treatment. And it was really interesting seeing and talking about, you know, those strategies that they've used and it worked for them. And I think it's really good to come to these events where you're like not brainstorming in your head and not assuming or kind of like trusting on your intuition or gut feeling to try out a strategy or try out something new. But in these places, you come and you talk to those people and you ask the exact questions that you had in your head and know the exact answers and the results that have worked or not worked for them in their country. Obviously, each market has their own nuance and every little thing, but I think that being able to understand the strategies that have worked for them, it really blew my mind. I think it was really, really amazing to just kind of get these things outside of your head. I think everything went great, and now we're just going to go and see their factory where everything is made. So I'm really excited to see that. I'm about to go have 10 shots of coffee. So let's go have breakfast and see you at the factory. So they took us in groups, explained their whole process and how products are made. They didn't let us shoot inside, so I'm skipping to the part where they gave us presents and more food. Here's a demo of their product line in a super cool branded car. So let's see what these are. These are just badges. Notebook. I like small ones, you know, when they're too big, I just don't carry them around with me everywhere. There's a pen. And there's a shirt. Very, very cute. 50. I hope people won't think that I'm 50. All right, that's it. Bye. I don't know where this is coming from. Okay, bye. And that's a wrap. We said goodbye to our bold businessman. Now we're off for some fun time with Dad. And this is the part where I talk about the pleasure, because always make sure to have a few hours here and there to explore a bit the city.
Wow. Yeah?
Ciao. I was talking about my dad. Of course, me doing work, and my dad just enjoying and paying the bill. They ate all of this thing. That's not nice. No shame whatsoever. Amot Kezi. Amot. And finally, we're having some rest. We're currently in the second oldest cafe that ever existed apparently in Milan. It's called Pedrocchi, 1831. Is it as old as you, Baba? Are you that old?
More.
A few drinks and we're gonna be hitting the airport in about 1 hour. So, do something. Asang betke. Woohoo, Ines, urachana, jabitme.
Betke hangstana, ću mnogo stresan.
And my view, you ask? Okay, see you later. So now we finished our coffee and we're going to get some beers. Zoti lele mama na sinch cute do. Mama. Na verigi siligo urache. Oh my god, look what I found. Oh, look at that doggo. Hi. Hi, mama. What? So many dogs.
This is from Sicily, this is from Sardinia.
I think it's the first time I ever see anybody bringing beer, but with wine glasses. What's up with that? Let's try. No wine glass? Okay. Cheers. Yum. Wow. This is so good. I think it's a birthday. Just walking in the streets of Italy. So we're just trying to find the university. Apparently it's the oldest university out there. Once we find that, and then we're just gonna get a cab and then go straight to the airport. All right, I think this is the university. Apparently Galileo Galilei taught at this very, very university. And we have another dog maker here. Why are they all doing dogs? Ah, you again. It's the same guy. Can you do something else other than dogs? Only dogs?
Yeah,
Only dogs. Oh. There. It's everywhere. Yeah, I'm sure universities cost a lot more nowadays, but we're not spending this much money on art. Okay, so I initially thought it would be a good idea to walk, and now we're all sweating. We've barely made it to the bus. Barely. But now we're on our way to the airport, and I think we're on time. Yeah, it was a great trip. Everything was great. It was perfect. It was better than perfect. Everything was so good. Good. Great. Good. Did you hear? It was so good. That was good. Why am I feeling like this? I was literally dreaming about this my entire life. I got it. I'm here. I'm doing it. But why am I feeling like this? Where is that spark? Where's that happiness? Where's that pat on the back that I was telling you about earlier? I'm just so tired of trying and going and coming and doing so many things and getting from one plane to another and just like always having this chaotic life and always having to think about 1 bazillion things whenever you're on a flight. When I'm on a flight, it's like every single second must be calculated. Everything must be optimized. My bathroom breaks are optimized down to a point where I'm like, if I'm going to walk to the bathroom and I have some time there, maybe I could listen to some voice messages and answer to text messages. Like, that's how optimized minutes are in the life. And then I got to the place where I was literally dreaming, like, Naver, you wanted to get here so that what? You could be happy, right? Are you happy? Are you feeling like you accomplished something that you did so good? No. That's why they say, right, that the bigger your goals, the more you're gonna go, because it really is like a sickness. It's like an addiction. Like, don't get me wrong either. Like, I'm not saying that I'm this big, very, very successful, famous girl. I mean, I barely have 200 subscribers on my channel, but I'm trying to grow it. Every other week, I don't try. I actually do upload a video. I come up with creative ideas, new ways of like, doing new things, attracting new titles, attracting new, better thumbnails, working on a better interview, or just in general, being able to do better. But now I find myself in this like hole where I'm like, Navid, this is just like the beginning. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Just the tip, like it's just like such a small thing. There's so much more to go. Is there a solution to this? Or are we gonna feel like this our entire lives? I'm so sure that so many entrepreneurs out there, they relate. So please, if you do, let me know what you think. Let me know how you actually moved with this, because my solution, well, I did something. I bought a one-way ticket to Thailand. I'm going to go there. Beach life, no one knows. Solo trip. I'm just gonna be having my time by myself. I'm going to do a meditation retreat, something maybe like a 1-week thing. Meditation, yoga all day. Vegan, maybe not vegan, vegetarian food. I don't know if I could do vegan for a week. You get the point. I'm trying to fix myself just so I don't also go into that rabbit hole. So I feel like I'm doing like an eat, pray, love kind of thing, but it's not in Italy, except it's in Thailand, and it's like an upgraded version, except writing a book. I'm actually going to be documenting all of this. Hopefully I'll change. Hopefully I'll come to a realization where I could be, okay, it's okay to feel like this, but you need to be fulfilled and you need to be happy with everything, with small steps. You know how they say, set small goals so you know you're achieving them. No, your goals are always gonna be big. And even if you're achieving the small goals, you're only lying to yourself, A, and B, even if you're not lying to yourself, you're feeling satisfied at that one small moment, but there's always the next and 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 the next. So we get it, right? You understand where I'm coming from. So all this to say, join in on the journey. Maybe you will learn something. Maybe I can help you. Maybe you can help me. Please let me know if there's like something that you did that really, really worked for you. What was that mindset change, the shift that you worked on so that you can be happy along the process? Because as far as I understand, there is no ending. There's no end point. It's always going to be a process. It's a continuous process. It's a daily thing. No matter where you are, no matter where you're achieving the goals. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I know I'm just talking to a camera, but there's a lot of things happening in here, like here, everywhere. Anyway, you get the point. Bye.